Time to bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman.
Welcome back, everyone, to beautiful Southern California and the NFL on EA Sports. You haven't missed a thing as we're just about set for the opening kickoff. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
First play. The drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now they'll try to sweep with Bell. So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Now it's Rosen, and he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the Chargers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9. Luck complete. It's Henry. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And Ingram holds it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The numbers for Bell on the ground of the game last week. 14 carries, 61 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard, inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Letting one go deep. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. From the 31, Luck, complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Check out. Wide, 622. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey.
On first down, Locke. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
As far as I'm concerned, Andrew Luck can do it all. I mean, he's an underrated runner. Toughness in the pocket, strong and stout. But let's face it, the money, that comes from his arm.
And smart, valedictorian of his high school class in Houston, then he goes to Stanford. He's got it all. Draw play. This is Henry. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Check 3.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Luck. He gets it to Cooks. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Strong right. 12. Check. Mexico. Reggie. Motion.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
2 11 feet. You got 4.
Now a first down throw. Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To throw is Locke. And that will be incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
So here are the Chargers to take over. They'd lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. And now this pass brought in by Brown. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharpe, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Rosen will throw. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Well, that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
A first down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rosen to throw. Open man is born. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. Well, that'll be enough to keep the drive moving forward. Another first down on the pickup of 5 yards. Rosen in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. On 2nd down, it's Taylor. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Myers' kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Quincy Wilson in on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Locke. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Locke on 3rd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Luck on the screen. This is Eckler. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. And this is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Emmanuel Sanders, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch one in the end zone and go into the halftime feeling a heck of a lot better about ourselves. Let's go get this done.
Yeah, tie things up, and then you got a brand-new ball game. Rosas good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A 10-play drive that time. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Rosen now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. Finds his tight end Ingram. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Jags grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Get that ball. Get that ball. Check. Check. Alert. Switch.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So thanks to the late touchdown, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on first down, Edmonds, and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, here's Henry, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
4 down. 11Z. Hey, Echo.
They'll try the air now with Locke. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Locke. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Luck now 14 out of 17, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Now Luck. And that's complete to Cooks. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Hey, Steve 6.
Looking to throw again on second down. Luck. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brandon Cooks. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get. There, they can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Rosen. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Goes underneath for Bell. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
He's going deep for Brown. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
After the interception, it's Love. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
87's mine. I got 87. We got chips over here. Chips over here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll get this to Eckler.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks. On 2nd and 9, Luck. It's caught by Sanders. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Luck now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Here comes the ball.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd and 9. Luck. He gets it to Cooks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Check. Mexico.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Off of play action. Luck. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Certainly appears. Like they had a great chance of that turning into a touchdown, but maybe led him just a bit too much.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone. And that's tough on a 5-yard pass, but one of that distance, that can be tough to gauge when you're in the back of the end zone. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Luck now to throw. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Single receiver. 11.
Back to throw. Luck. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Luck throwing again. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
To try again after the sack. Luck. This will be caught at about the 6. A nice job to get 11 out of that pass play, but now they face a 3rd and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Henry. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw is Rosen. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Rosen. Got a man. It's Brown. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Here's Rosen to throw.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Rosen to throw again. Open man is born. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Continuing to steadily move the ball down the field. Not big play after big play, but these moderate gains getting him 1st downs.
And you know what they add up to, right? If you continue that pace and you continue to move it downfield, they add up into 6 points. That's exactly what you're looking for.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 33 yards that time.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12. To throw again on 2nd down. Rosen caught here by Bell. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now. The Chargers on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Taylor, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd and 9, Luck. Thomas has got it, complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. You go night-night. Come on, night-night. Quo. 58 to Mike.
Now it's Luck. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now it's Henry. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember.
Love the effort there. I mean, to get a field goal block in this situation because they knew what was going on. They give up those 3 points there. It's now a 2-possession game.
Yeah, that really changes the complexion here in the second half, doesn't it?
It really does. And now you give your team more than a fighting chance and a little momentum. Terrific job by them setting the tone and picking up their defense.
That first play of the drive there is incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. He's going to let it flop. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. He was looking for Paul Richardson there. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Jacksonville, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.